everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Allen going to go to the air right away. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Allen now looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They are coming off the game last week, which was a very interesting game in Charles. Ultimately, it ended in a tie.
And that's difficult on teams because, let's face it, Brandon, they just don't know how to react. I mean, who does? Did you win? No. Did you lose? No. Because when you win, you jump up and down. Life's good. When you lose, you set your face in that stone look so that you show that you weren't hurt. I think it's one of those things that at the end of the year you find out just how you're supposed to feel about that tie. Did it help you or hurt you in the standings? Then you'll know what you really should have felt that game.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. The Dolphins coming in looking for win number 6 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Brought down by Ed Oliver. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
In motion left is Wilson. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Up and good for Santoso. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Singletary, they'll go up the middle, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now Allen, looking sideline, incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air, Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bills send the punter out. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. In motion left is Wilson. Here's Tua. And he completes it to Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Tua now on first down. Gets this one to Hill. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Allen. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now the Bills will hustle to the line. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there is no space available, and incompletion as a result.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, and they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Allen again. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd and 4. Here's Allen. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs from 13 yards out. And the Bills get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. In motion left is Wilson. Tua now on 1st down. He's got a man complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. In motion left is Wilson. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Odell Beckham, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills' offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Wait.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, Hill, great grab. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. And another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The extra point up and good from Santoso. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Breece Hall, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they trail in that one to the visiting Las Vegas Raiders. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentator, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there.
Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. What that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking to pass. Tua. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And they're going deep for Hill. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead is now 24. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Allen going to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Has his man, it's Shakir. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? that he's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into. But man-to-man, every receiver believes he's going to win that battle. And, you know, they all do. They all keep kind of a book, you know, on what the defenders do, what their moves are, their best things. And he wants to be able to refer to that book and beat one guy at a time.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 94 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Davis-Price on 1st and 10. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. First down, and they go right back to Davis-Price. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins have opened the lead up to 30. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Allen going to get this one to Singletary, and he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He'll get this out wide. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. In motion left is Wilson. Tua on 4th down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. And now out come the Bills. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. first down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jerome Baker able to drop him for a loss of a couple. The Bills on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Open man is Marquez Stevenson.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Allen will try again on second down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw again. To Boyle here over the middle. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Now for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Ready, break. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. We got 3. Ready.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion left is Wilson. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, wide open, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the fourth quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for two. They'll try and run it up the middle. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on two more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From midfield, here's Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing again on second down. Allen. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he'll be taken down, but not before they'll work this to the 45. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
In motion left is Wilson. From the 38, Tua. Again, it's OBJ, back-to-back catches. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point try now for Santoso. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Stevenson elects not to return it. It's a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Miami, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.